I'm here today interviewing Denver Broncos lineman Dalton Risner. How you doing today, Dalton?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, Dalton. First question I'd like to ask you: your connection with Special Olympics. Can you elaborate a little bit about that and what does it mean to be a global ambassador for the organization?
Yeah, with me, I feel like football is such an awesome sport, right? And it can do so much for so many people. But more importantly, I believe in what you can do outside of the game of football and where the game of football can put you on a platform. So the Special Olympics is one of those organizations to me that I feel like is so near and dear to my heart because of what it represents, right? Like I put my shirt on today. This is from Special Olympics Kansas. I'm on the board for them as well as Colorado. And the word inclusion that's spread across my chest, like that's why I'm a part of the Special Olympics. Ever since I was young, I believe strongly in the fact that everyone should be included no matter what they look like, what they talk like, their skin color, their accent, what they believe in. It does not matter. We all should include each other and love each other. And that's something my household preached, right? Like, love everyone else as you want to be loved. So as soon as I got to college and I started to hear about the organization Special Olympics and what they represent and the words inclusion, revolution, and getting everyone together and loving each other, accepting each other, and making each other better through the game of sport or whatever it may be, I was like, okay, I'm in on that. And it took like one or two events, my man, to like truly fall in love with the organization, because while I was there, they truly represent those words that they talk about. And that's why I didn't want to just be a part of Special Olympics. I wanted to be an ambassador for Special Olympics. And I want to be able to have the opportunity to meet people like you, like truth be told, like you being able to be at the Super Bowl and do these interviews, and you're breaking through the ice, you're breaking history, man. Like that's amazing, and people need to know about that. And some people might see me on TV because I play in the NFL and I'm an offensive lineman for the Broncos, but at the same time, like, you deserve to be on TV too, bro, because what you're doing is historical, and that's why I love being a part of the organization.
If you had, so when you say, inclusion.
Yes.
Talk about what inclusion means to you.
Yes.
And what sort of impact would you say does that have as being a global ambassador for Special Olympics? What does that mean?
Yeah, so the word inclusion means a lot to me. So growing up, I was always a bigger kid, always, and I love my food. I love certain types of food, and I didn't always feel included. There's a lot of days that I came home from school crying, getting bullied, people tell me I'm fat, I'm too big, and that was really hard, right? I'm an offensive lineman, man. I still weigh 300 pounds. I like my food. I didn't get here by not eating. I got to be an offensive lineman because I like to eat, and I never felt included, and that was really hard for me. And my heart has always been the heart of I could meet a stranger, and I want to make them feel included because I just feel an obligation to do so. I think that the word inclusion goes hand in hand with the words kindness and love. Like when you meet a stranger, you have a choice. Either you can make them feel included or you don't. And I'm the person that always wants to make them feel included because I want people to know that they're loved. So for me, since I feel like I went without being included before, that's why the word inclusion means so much to me, because I know what it's like to feel not included. I know what it's like to feel like the odd man out. I know what it feels like to feel like I don't belong in a certain situation. And I think what our world needs more of is inclusion. And all of us saying, hey, we love each other. We can all be kind to each other. Despite our differences, we can come together for one great cause. And that's what inclusion means to me specifically. And that's why I think it's so important for the organization.
As a Special Olympics Global Ambassador, Dalton, are there any health initiatives that you're working on right now?
Right now in my career, just getting done with my 4th year in the NFL, I'm kind of getting focused on the next chapter for me with football. But ever since I've been a part of the Special Olympics, it's really been on the sports side of it. It could be with helping out with track and field teams, basketball teams. I have a lot of connections with Special Olympic athletes. I'm a big relationship guy. So my buddy Michael Carpenter from Manhattan Special Olympics, I talk to him on a weekly basis, helping out the Manhattan Special Olympics in terms of getting them new jerseys, getting them new stuff to wear so that they can have cool swag when they're playing their basketball games and their volleyball games. And then I actually just helped all of them. I'm helping all of them get to Berlin. I'm helping the Manhattan Special Olympic team get to Berlin for the World Games.
Right.
So I try to work in different areas. That's with my Kansas community. I'm also working with Special Olympics Colorado and making sure I go to like my 3rd annual Colorado Polar Plunge down there in Aurora. So I'm always trying to stay involved, man. But right now I'd say it's on the sports side and the relationship side.
Talk a little bit about the power plunge that you're going to be doing in Colorado. Share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I love being a part of Polar Plunges. One, because it's a huge fundraiser for the Special Olympics programs. It's not only us going out and jumping in a frozen lake and having a good time and smiling with each other, right? It represents bringing people together and raising awareness. I couldn't tell you how many people are there and they're like, why are y'all running into this frozen lake? Because it's Colorado, man. This is no joke. Like, they got to break some ice away so we can get in. And we tell them it's for the Special Olympics, and then they ask questions, and we can enlighten them on what the Special Olympics is and what they stand for. And that's been super special for me, especially in my hometown in Colorado. I believe that that's where I've been called to really serve this last 4 years. And being a part of the Special Olympics Colorado and meeting so many different people and becoming a board member for them, I take it so seriously to make sure I'm spreading the word, being a great representation, and I'm out there with the mic, and I get to meet new Special Olympic athletes every year that I'm so grateful for, and it just keeps going on and on. So a really awesome event.
You mentioned being on the board for Special Olympics Colorado. Can you share a bit about what is it that you do on the board?
Yeah, so whenever I get put on the board, I'm not going to be able to go to every single meeting. I'm not going to be able to be on every single phone call. It's kind of like an ad hoc position. I'm able to be on the board. If I'm able to make meetings, I'm able to make meetings. And why I'm on the board is because I want to be able to be intentional with what's going on with Special Olympics Colorado, be intentional with what's going on with Special Olympics Kansas. If there's a fundraiser that they need help with, or if there's information that they need help getting pushed out, I can push that out on my social media. So I kind of pretty much have just told both organizations and the global level, like, if you guys need anything, if you guys need me to push this or push that, or you need me to go represent you here, please let me know. It's kind of just a role that I tell the Special Olympics, I'm at your service. However you want me to help you, I can do that. And I think that says a lot about the organization, because for me, myself, I'd do anything just because I think it's such a great organization and we need more of it in this world.
Awesome, Dalton. Can you talk a little bit about your foundation, Risner Up, and what that is, and and how people can get involved in that, and what is it that you do?
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up. That means a lot to me. It's going to kind of be repetitive as to what I've said, but I created the Risner Up Foundation in college, and I've always been someone that loves the game of football, but I've always been more interested in, like, who am I outside of the game, right? Like, if football gets taken away from me, who am I as a man? What am I doing with my life? And I was doing all this community service. I was helping people here, helping people there, public speaking, you know what I mean? Just a lot of it. And people started to ask, like, what are you doing? And I started to think, and I'm like, well, I don't want to just empower myself. I want to empower people around me. So I created the Risner Up Foundation to empower other people to do the same thing as well. And the foundation isn't set on one purpose. It's not just to help people that may have intellectual disabilities, or it's not just to help people that are battling cancer, or families that are just in need, or the homeless. I mean, it's for anybody. And I just feel like this world needs more help. It needs more kindness. It needs more love. So I created that foundation. It's a nonprofit 501(c) public foundation. So nice. If I see someone at the store that needs groceries, like, I can help them. Like, it's a really awesome opportunity for me to help people in this world. For me, coming from where my family came from, we got Christmas presents dropped off on our doorstep when I was younger. Like, we didn't have any money. We had to, not me, my mom and dad had to work extremely hard to provide for us, and we definitely could have used help, but we didn't have those connections. So I'm trying to do my part and give back to families like mine.
I'm gonna ask you one more question. I'm gonna get you out here on this. What's your training regimen like during the as an offensive lineman, and just elaborate on that a little bit.
Off season or season would you want?
Off season.
Off season. Okay. So I think everyone's different, but for me, off season's really big in maintaining my weight. I mentioned earlier I like to eat food, right?
Yeah.
I can't just go crazy because I'll find myself way too heavy, and they weigh you in and you get fined if you're overweight, a certain amount per pound, this whole deal. So for me, I like to wake up every day during the off season, during the week, probably about 6:30, sometimes 5:30, but I can't say 5:30 because my wife will call me out and say that doesn't happen every day. But like 6:30, I start with my Peloton ride. I'm getting really competitive on the Peloton, man. I'm really pedaling that thing hard, putting the resistance up. I'm looking at what other people are scoring. I'm competing with them. So I get my cardio in, and then I have my home gym that I do my workout with. Me and my wife get the workout in together. And then we have so much stuff during the day, whether it be with my foundation or a community event or me and her going to get things done or taking care of our dog. Whatever it is, off season is still busy. We do all that throughout the day, and then I'll get another workout in at night. And the food is the big thing I have to watch. I'll go 4 or 5 days where I eat really, really clean. I'm eating chicken, I'm eating veggies, I'm eating egg whites in the morning and things like that. But when I get here to the Super Bowl, I worked out really good for 4 days, so I'm eating whatever I want this week, man. I'm excited.
So what's your favorite food that you have had so far?
Oh, man, I just got in last night,
Yeah.
but I went to a place called Mastro's everyone was talking about, and it was pretty dang good. I got the herb roasted chicken, a Diet Coke with lime and Luxor cherries, which I love Luxor cherries. There's like a maraschino cherry, but better. It tastes like a gusher. And then I got white cheddar mac and cheese, French fries, a Caesar salad, and French onion soup. I went crazy. It was so good, bro. I need a diet today. It was good.
Awesome, Dalton. Thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. God bless you, brother. It was
God bless
a
you
fun
too.
time.
Thanks.